Today's episode is called, How is Your Business Leaving Its Mark?
Educate your money now.
Hello, and welcome to Educating Your Money podcast. I'm your host, Kristin Kirui-Case, owner of MattNik Bookkeeping Services. I hope everyone is staying safe and healthy. Today's episode is called, How is Your Business Leaving Its Mark? We will be discussing what marketing is, how small business owners can use marketing to their advantage, and how to utilize social media to help their branding. We would also like to thank Out and About Business Solutions for sponsoring our podcast. Today's guest is Chris Guest. Chris is a branding and marketing expert. He has worked with several different industries, but has had a focus on helping those in the bookkeeping and accounting industry. He loves to help people understand business in general and has recently stepped into the world of business coaching as well. Hello, Chris, and thank you for being on the show today.
Well, thank you for having me. We've actually tried to put this together for a while, so I'm very glad to be here and looking very excited to speaking with you about the marketing and branding.
Yeah, well, Chris is actually, for everyone out there, Chris is actually the genius behind my bookkeeping business logo and the Educating Your Money podcast logo. He has always been the person I turned to when I had a vision in my head, especially business-wise, that I wanted brought to life to represent me and my business. I get compliments all the time on both logos. You already know I love your work, and thank you so much.
Absolutely.
I really appreciate it. It just both brandings, were visions that you brought to life, and I just thank you for that.
Well, absolutely. I know it was, I believe it was towards the end of 2019 when we first kind of hooked up and kind of started working on your logo. And we've done business cards and social media things and virtual business cards. And then eventually the podcast cover, which was brought to life, and animated, which was really cool to see. But it's always been a pleasure working with you. And it's something that I've worked with a lot of customers where we just started with one thing and that's expanded into a full relationship, kind of like it has with you. And that's one of the things I look forward most to working with people is that you meet new people, that are different and that show you different things. And so it's been a pleasure working with you along the way.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, and then like you mentioned, Out and About Business Solutions was able to take that logo for my podcast that you designed for me and animated it into a way which made it even better. And it just really just took your masterpiece and just added a crown to it. So
well, absolutely. I mean, I will say that's the first time I've seen that my work actually come to life and animated like that. So seeing that for the first time was really cool, and I think it looks wonderful, on the podcast. So they did a wonderful job there.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
So Chris, I can go on and on with questions about marketing. And like most or many business owners, this is definitely a challenge, even for me. I know branding is such a big deal, but several business owners, for one, don't have time, and that would be my issue. And two, have no idea where to start. Or three, think it's just another large expense that they have to come up with money to do in order to, to actually put together a marketing and branding plan.
Right.
So Chris, what exactly is marketing?
Well, yeah, let's talk about exactly what marketing is. I mean, I think that to fully understand, it's going to give you the opportunity to really figure out how you want to market your business, or if you may need somebody to step in and help you with that. But, we can get technical, and the technical term, is the activity or the set of institutions and processes for creating and communicating, delivering and exchanging offerings, that have value within that marketplace to clients and partners and just the market that you're trying to service. But I'd like to kind of, water that down a little bit. It makes it a little bit more easy to understand. So it's essentially the way that you communicate your products and services to the market that you're trying to serve. So if you have the best product, the best service that there is to offer, but nobody knows about that product because it hasn't been marketed, then unfortunately you're not going to be able to sell much of that product or service. So the art of marketing is just essentially letting that market know that you're trying, the market that you're trying to service, I have this product or I have this service that's going to solve some kind of problem that you have. So it's essentially just that. It's showing up in the marketplace, basically saying the things that you want to say, basically just making that making it known what you're in that marketplace for, and that you have something to offer your potential clients and customers, something to solve a problem that they have.
And how can a small business owner use marketing to their advantage?
Well, sure. I mean, and like I say, without marketing, the best products and services can't sell. I mean, that's, that's the first part of it, is having a good product or service. The other part of that is being able to market that to your audience. And so, you can use marketing to your advantage by being able to identify problems that your potential clients or your typical clients or customers have, and then bringing a solution to the marketplace and marketing that solution. And so, as you stated, that a lot of the reason why you needed somebody to help you with your branding and your marketing was because you didn't have time. And so that's something that I see a lot of, is that my potential clients, the people that I would sell my products and services to, are people that are trying to save time for the most part. And so that's one of those things that I can use to my advantage, is I can go out there and I can market my services to be able to help my clients save time. And you'll find that as you kind of work with marketing and trying different things, you'll notice that when you're offering to solve the problems of your clients and customers, and that's how you market things, you're going to see a lot more people want to reach out to you, ask questions about your services, and then ultimately sign on. People get so caught up in marketing the prices that they have, or the actual service that they offer, or the exact product that they have, when really you can use marketing to your advantage the most by marketing the problem that it solves. And something that I often go back and say is that nobody really goes to the hardware store to buy a hammer and nails because they like hammering nails into the wall. They buy those things because they want to hang a picture on the wall, right? So that's the problem. That's the thing that they're trying to solve. And so when you kind of think of it in those terms, why would somebody want, if you're an electrician, why would somebody need electrician services? Why, if you're a bookkeeper, why does somebody need bookkeeping services, and what problems do they face, and what are they trying to solve? So when you can identify those things, you can market yourself, and then you can grow your business, which is ultimately the goal of everybody and all the business owners.
Yeah. So what are some cost-effective ways then a business owner or a self-employed individual can market their business?
Right. Well, I mean, if you kind of look at the way that marketing has evolved over the years, you look, way back in the day, and it was mainly just print. So newspapers, catalogs, things like that, snail mail being sent. And then, the radio came, and radio advertisement, and so there was a lot more opportunity there because people could hear it quickly and they could get that information quickly. And then, of course, that turned into television ads. And so when you look at the landscape of business and how businesses are marketing most effectively now, of course, you got to turn to the internet, and most specifically social media. Not only is it the most cost effective, I mean, you can start a Facebook account or an Instagram account or any of those kind of social media accounts virtually for free, but also that's where most of your market target audience would be hanging out at. It's where the most eyeballs are. But you do also have to be smart with this, because you have to think, what is the product or the service that you're offering, and who does that appeal to the most? And so let's just say that you're opening up a gaming cafe. I know there's a few that are popping up around here where gamers are getting together in these cafes so they can play with each other all together, right? So you might not necessarily want to advertise that in the newspaper, because you're probably not going to reach the target audience that is also playing video games. The younger generation that are on video games are typically not picking up newspaper to consume the media and to consume news. And so depending on what you're selling, depending on the target you're trying to reach, social media there's really something for everybody. You look at things like the younger audience and people that like visual things and video, and you think Instagram, and then you think of, maybe the more seasoned, business owners, and you're trying to reach people that own businesses and are trying to promote their business. So you maybe look on Facebook, right? And so the thing is, social media is free. It's the most cost effective. And I will say that I started my operations back in April of 2019, and I didn't receive, literally, I had one sale to an old high school friend that just happened to start an electrician business. I had one sale from April to October. And that was when I was trying to cold call local businesses, and I was trying to cold email local businesses, and I was trying to go to, local networking things. And not that those things don't work, but I really didn't get the traction that I was looking for until I turned to social media, and I really took the time to understand the marketing power behind it. So if you're looking for a cost-effective way, I would have to, absolutely suggest social media. It's where the most eyeballs are, and that's where you're going to find the most cost-effective means of marketing.
Now we hear about branding. It has become a buzzword. I think many business owners maybe don't fully understand it or only kind of get it. So what exactly is branding?
Sure. And that's a question that I get a lot is, really what's the difference between marketing and branding? That they're closely related, and they're often confused as the same thing. However, I'll explain it like this. So while marketing is the communication to your market of the products and services you sell, branding is essentially how you look to that market. So let's give an example. So if you're going to a local business networking event, when you walk in, the things that you're wearing, the way that you talk, the way that your marketing material looks, all these things form first impressions, and this is your brand, right? So this is your brand. And then it goes further than that to the message that you convey to the market. That's also part of your brand. The unique problem that you solve becomes part of your brand. The marketing is essentially what you do you use that brand to then let the customers and the clients know in your target audience that you exist. And that brand is what catches their eye. It's what shows professionalism. And it's essentially the way that your business looks to the marketplace rather than the message that you're conveying to the marketplace, if that makes sense. There's another example is in high schools. You have your groups of jocks and preps, and you got the nerds and the bullies and things like that. And a lot of that is because it's their personal brand. It's how they show up to the school, and how they bring themselves to be known to the school. It's the same way as a business, and how you're known to the business. And some people have different branding, tactics, such as, they want to brand, their marketing materials, such as, I have a really nice website, I have, a really nice logo, and that catches the eye. That gets their foot in the door and allows them to talk with potential clients. And some people brand that they're the most helpful, and they want to convey that, and they're the most customer service focused and things of that nature. So identifying what you're good at is a good way to identify how you should brand yourself. And then knowing the difference between branding and marketing, you really have to take a different approach to each, because marketing is just communicating to that marketplace, while branding is how you're going to look to that marketplace.
That's interesting. Yeah. So why is it important for a small business owner to own their branding?
Well, whenever it comes to your brand, it's always the strongest when it's authentic, when it's truly you, because it's a reflection of who you are, and you're the driving force behind that business. And in a lot of businesses, and especially focusing on working with bookkeepers and accountants and things like that, their customers, their clients want to do business with another human, right? They don't want a robot that's behind the scenes of some website or some logo that they've seen handling that kind of intricate information for their business. And so whenever you are owning your brand, and when you make your brand your own, you bring a sense of uniqueness, you bring a sense of, excitement for people to want to work with you. But also, kind of the most important thing is that owning your brand and really utilizing your brand to show who you are and who your business is a good way to build trust with your potential clients, because they feel like they know you. They feel like they've seen you before. They feel like, they've talked to you because your branding came across strong. Your branding, and your marketing came across as being able to solve a problem for them. So to own your branding and to make it uniquely your own is going to give you a competitive advantage to somebody that's maybe more of a generic thing that doesn't own their actual branding. They're more kind of following the marketing trends.
How can a business owner utilize social media to help with their marketing and their branding?
Sure. Well, I mean, with social media, it's that's what it is. It's social. It's social media. And so the best way to promote your your brand for your business and to market your brand is to really promote and build on your personal brand. So who you are, that's the way that you can really build through social media, because then you're actually being social. For somebody to get to know you and to get to understand what you're about, you have to speak with them. You have to be social with them. And then is what that does is creates a sense of authority, right? So if you join a group and say that you are a bookkeeper and you join a small business group and you're in there and you're answering questions and you're helping people are connecting with you on a personal level. They're talking to you, not just some logo behind the scenes. They get to know you. They ask questions later on in your inbox. And so you use social media to be social, generate conversation, and to build trust. And then that relationship then goes from just a social relationship on social media to a working relationship if that particular person needs the services that you offer. The thing is, though, is you can't just show up on social media. You can't show up in these groups and just claim, hey, I'm the authority figure here, right? I'm the one that you need to go to, you need to talk to for this. That is decided by the people in the marketplace and by the quality of work that you put out, the way that you're marketing, the reviews that you're getting from your clients that you're currently getting. They will decide based off of those things that you're the authority in that marketplace, and that you're who they need to go to if they need that kind of assistance. But you have to be there. You have to be social. They have to know who you are in order for it to really make a big difference. You see some businesses go online and all you really see on their business page is a logo. You see a cover image, which is typically like some form of their logo. And then you see some posts that have some pictures about whatever it is that they're selling and they're doing, but you don't know who they are. You don't know what they're about. You don't know if you can trust them and things like that. And so you can utilize social media for your marketing and branding best if you use your personal brand and actually use it for social purposes.
As we know, most small business owners have a limited time, even as I mentioned with my own time, lack thereof,
Right.
to allocate for marketing. They're looking at that as obviously just another hat I have to put on. I got to wear this other hat and I have to be this, marketing guru to try and market myself and my business and branding. What are some easy ways that they can do marketing on a time budget?
Sure. Yeah. And that's often the first thing that somebody tells me is that I tried to do this on my own and it's taking too much time, or I can't figure this out, especially when it comes to, websites and things like that. And so there are cost-effective ways, obviously, to get help with this. There's free ways to do this as well. You look at things such as like canva.com, or there's a program called GIMP, GIMP, and it's essentially like Photoshop, but it's free. It's kind of watered down, but it works, and it's free to use. And so utilize those things. Now, here's what I often tell people, and a lot of times they come to me and say, hey, I started trying to make my logo on Canva. I got frustrated, but here's what I got, and here's what I started with. And a lot of times what they've created works. It just needs to be dressed up a little bit different. And so my suggestion is to go hit these free options out there. Go to canva.com. It's very simple to use. It's free to make an account. You can create whatever you want. And then if you're not truly happy with the end result, or you feel like this doesn't represent me the best, but it's along the lines of what I'm looking for, you can bring that to a professional designer that can then take that and then build upon it to make it something that really stands out. And so utilize those things, those free programs that are there. Now, if it's just something that's just completely out of the ballpark, I know that most people didn't go into business to do marketing and branding. So if it's completely just out of the ballpark, something that you've already tried, you can't do, or something that you just bite your fingernails when you think about it, go out and hire somebody to do this thing for you. And the reason why I say that is because when I started my business, I didn't know how to do the bookkeeping, the accounting thing. I had to find somebody to help me with that. Now, I did what most people do. At first, I said, I got this. I can handle this.
Yes.
I'll watch a few YouTube videos and I know how to do this, right? And yeah, I could have done it. I could have taken the next 6 months to truly learn how to do it, but I realized that 6 months will essentially all go to this. And that means everything else is sitting on the wayside, not getting any attention. And so the things that you do well, do those things, and the things you enjoy. The things that you don't do well, or that you don't enjoy, outsource those. I promise you that branding and marketing is a lot more affordable than most people think these days, because of the tools that are available to designers and marketers, and because of the use of the internet being so cost effective. That's how you can really brand your business that way. So look for somebody if you need help. Handle the things you do well, and rely on other people that have knowledge around you.
Thank you so much for all that great information, Chris.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so Chris, on top of offering a free consultation, you are also offering a special discount for our audience if they are interested. So be sure to post #branding if you would like to receive the link to the discount page, or it will also be posted below or wherever you're watching the podcast. Chris, can you tell us a little bit about this special discount that you're offering our audience?
Absolutely. So, as you know, when it comes to branding, and that's a part of it that I really focus on, because I feel like that's where most people struggle. Again, with social media making it easier to market, I kind of focus on the things that still aren't easy for people, even with free options out there. So branding is something that I have been helping a lot of people with, and so much so that I packaged all my services together, because somebody would come to me and say, hey, I need a logo. And then 2 months later, hey, do you help with websites as well, and this kind of thing? So you know what, let's throw them all in a package, and let's just give them a great discount for going with that package. Obviously, the more services you want and you need, obviously the more of a discount that you're going to get. And that's how my packages are set up. But beyond that, I'm also offering anybody here that takes advantage of that watches this podcast and wants to take advantage, you're going to receive 50% off of the entire packages. I haven't done this before. So if you need help with your branding, and that's just something that's been holding you back, and something that you've really kind of stopped you in your tracks, because I've seen it happen to several. They're gung-ho, they're going, they're doing all these things for their business, they're getting it licensed, they're getting bank accounts, they're setting all these things up, and then they see branding, and then they just kind of freeze and they stop. And if that's you, take advantage of this 50% off. It's going to be the most affordable. I have nothing but I can't remember exactly how many reviews I have, but they're all 5-star reviews, and I want to be able to earn your 5 stars as well. And you might as well take advantage of that 50% discount if it's something that you need.
Well, Chris, thank you so much for that large discount for our followers and audience. Definitely, I gave you 5 stars. You already know that. So if anybody is really looking to take their marketing to the next level, branding yourself, wanting ideas, or needing to have their vision brought to life like I did, definitely take advantage. As I mentioned, you can post #branding below if you wanted me to send you the link, but we'll also be posting it.
Yeah, absolutely. Take advantage of that. And I thank you, Kristin, for having me on here today. Again, this is something that we've tried to do for a while, and for various reasons weren't able to make it happen, but here we are. It was a lot of fun, and I hope that we can do this again soon.
Yeah. I'd like to thank Chris for taking time out of his busy schedule and coming on the show and sharing his expertise. We thank you so much. Be sure to post any questions or comments below. Let us know if there's a topic you would like to have discussed on the show. Comment or email educatingyourmoney@gmail.com. And if you are interested in receiving the special discount link, be sure to post #branding, or you can find the link below. Chris, if any of our viewers, listeners, audience, followers have specific questions or wanted to discuss more with you, how can they reach you?
Absolutely. The most popular way to get a hold of me is through Facebook, to be honest. I mean, that's where I get 90% of my business inquiries is in my Facebook Messenger. So I'm always available there. And of course, I have that on my phone, so I can take that on the go with me. Of course, you can check me out online. I'm not sure if the website will be posted around here somewhere, but it's essentially just revivemybusiness.net, right? All spelled the way you would expect. So revivemybusiness.net. And of course, you can email me at chris@revivemybusiness.net for any questions that you have. But the most popular way, Facebook Messenger, you can add me on there, just Chris Guest. You'll see that it's me. You'll see that's who I am, and we can connect on there. Or you can just go on the website, review whatever information you're looking for, and you'll be able to contact me directly from there.
Thanks for watching Educating Your Money podcast, where it's not just about making money, but about educating your money. See you next week for the next episode. Thank you, everyone, and stay safe.